I thought I was done talking about AI on Facebook, but just when I thought the stupidity couldn't get any worse, of course, Facebook proves me wrong. Back when I talked about it months ago, it was mostly just those ridiculous pictures of cakes and people missing limbs and weird Jesus lobster creatures, but apparently it's getting even worse. They've moved past just pictures. Now we have some pretty convincing videos to deal with too. And by pretty convincing, I mean convincing to your 70-year-old grandparents and your coworkers who never go online except to share bad Facebook memes. In all seriousness, the videos actually are getting pretty good, and I can't blame someone who doesn't immediately spot them. But if you just use your brain for half a second, I think anyone could recognize that most of these aren't real. Some are better than others, but a lot of them are just so unrealistic looking that I can't imagine anyone falls for them. Yet, somehow they do. I didn't think I was going to make another video on this topic, but this one giraffe video convinced me to take another look at this. An alarming number of people thought this was real. There's comments like, "How did it end up there? Thank you for your great job. How did this happen?" Like, it's so obviously fake. Just look how big that giraffe is. I know giraffes are big, but they're not like 3 times the size of an excavator or backhoe, whatever those things are called. The backhoe transforms like 3 or 4 different times, so you'd have to accept that transformers are real in order to believe this video. The giraffe actually changes too. Maybe it's also a transformer. I've seen those movies. I know they can turn into animals. And it's not just old people. I saw a video on TikTok of a guy showing his friend this video, not realizing it was AI. And I can't find that video anymore, so they must have deleted it, which I would too, because that's pretty embarrassing to fall for that. The kid was like 22. You're too young to fall for that crap. But it does go to show that almost anyone can fall for these things at any age. And guess what? It's only getting better, and eventually we will all be fooled by it. Which is kind of scary, but I hope in making these videos, at least people will be more aware of the issue out there. Maybe share this information, talk to your parents, your grandparents, and like even your siblings, because this goes to show almost anyone can fall for it, and it's just getting worse. But for now, I just want to make fun of the people falling for them, because like, you should know better. It's not that good yet. I think animals are a little trickier to spot in general, just because we're not as used to seeing them, especially like underwater creatures, because they kind of already look like aliens. Sometimes even the ones we know are real don't even look real. So I can see people falling for these at a glance. I saw this picture on Reddit today, and at first I thought it was AI until I looked into it, just because that face just looks bizarre to me. It looks kind of AI. But that's what happens when these deep sea creatures come to the surface. They kind of like deflate. Like this octopus video here actually looks pretty lifelike at first, but all you have to do is pay attention to the physics a little bit and keep track of objects, because there's almost always something weird about it. Limbs will disappear, objects will phase through each other, things will just be out of proportion. For now, the biggest problem in videos is consistency. There's a reason the clips are so short. It's because the longer it goes on, the more it morphs into some weird, bizarre looking scenario. And people are really concerned for this AI octopus. Many people hoping that they don't kill it. This AI octopus is getting more love than I do. Desmond here has some really good insights into the lives of octopus, or octopi, yet somehow managed to miss that it wasn't real. This is what a sperm whale dives deep down into the ocean to capture. It's known because of the markings left on the whale's skin. Dude thinks he's a marine biologist but can't tell the difference between an AI octopus and a squid.
Is anyone here a marine biologist?
A sneaky thing they do is include these AI videos in compilations with real videos as well, which can throw you off because they just show you for a second, so before you get the chance to even decipher that it's AI, a real video is playing next, so it kind of blends it in together and throws you off. Sea creatures are tricky because I don't know how big these things are supposed to get. Like this lobster here, or whatever it's supposed to be. Like, I've seen pictures of those massive crabs which look almost unreal to me, so I could see some people getting tricked by this, like not being aware of what's down in the ocean. And going by the comments, it absolutely tricked a lot of people. And again, people are really concerned about these AI creatures. A lot of people want them to throw it back in the ocean. Imagine getting so flustered and angry at this video that you just jump into the comments all the time, not pausing for 1 second to be like, is this real? But that's really the exact type of person who comments on these videos. The people who just have emotional reactions and can't think for 1 second rationally. Like, just look at the proportions of the humans here. It's so clearly fake. But people are believing it. I guess the people on Facebook are just really reactionary. It would probably taste pretty good though, but yeah, I agree with this guy. You would need an ungodly amount of butter for it. I find the land animals a little easier to distinguish from reality. Like this lion getting attacked by a snake is absolutely atrocious. Looking at it, I'm wondering what these two men dressed in business casual are doing on the plains of Africa. I suppose they were on a business trip and then saw a lion getting attacked by a ginormous python and decided, yeah, that's something I want to get in between. It's so obviously not real. Like at one point, the guy's hand is literally down the throat of the lion. Meanwhile, the snake is just kind of chilling on its back, not even wrapped around it. But of course, people believe it. Again, concerned for the safety of the lion. My favorite is this person who realized it's not real, but believes the video is actually staged and not AI. That's a tire and a fake snake. It's cruel to the lion. I think they're trying to say that it's a tire that was formed to look like a snake, and the guys just wrapped it around it to pretend like they were rescuing this lion, which I think is the most insane thing I've ever heard. This person is confidently incorrect. It's shocking that people fall for this, and a little disturbing. They're doing that tricky thing again of mixing AI animals with real animals in the same video. I gotta admit, these ones are kind of cute in that like Disney Pixar animal kind of cute way, but I definitely recognize right away that these aren't real. Beautiful. Does anyone know the name of the first white animal? He is so cute. Yeah, Gloria, his name's OpenAI. It's not real. It's kind of scummy that they're tricking people into thinking these are real, but at least in this case, it brought some joy. That brought me so much happiness. Thank you for the beautiful, awesome, and funny videos and pictures. Those are priceless. Well, we did bring some joy to Linda at least. So at the end of the day, that's priceless. Pam really appreciated it too. She starts and ends her day with these videos, and she really emphasized their innocence. All right, Pam, chill. You're getting a little creepy here. Those examples were all at least somewhat believable, but it starts to get even more insane, and I don't get how anyone falls for these. We have this one that's supposed to look like a clip from America's Got Talent, but like, are people dumb? Just look at it. That's not humanly possible. And it's so clearly meant to deceive you. Like it's edited in a way to look like the judges are actually there to make it look authentic. It's really shitty. Then there's this car video that just gets more ridiculous with every passing second. So many people believe this. It's infuriating. People are asking, where do I buy these cars? Where do they make them? And this one guy's getting pissed off because like, he's like, why are you making these new cars when the classics are the real cars? Bring back the old ones. Dude's getting mad at a video of a fake toilet car. How do you fall for this? I guess like you could technically make these cars in real life. There's nothing physics breaking about that, but if you just look at this for a second, it gets ridiculous. This coffee cup car has steam coming off it while it's driving 100 miles an hour down the road, or the perfume bottle that has a driver literally suspended in fluid. It's nuts. I think my favorite video of all is this one that reveals how the secrets of the pyramids were made. No, it wasn't aliens that built a pyramid. It was, in fact, humans. Giant 15-foot tall humans. And they caught it on film. But of course, it was the olden days, like 5,000 years ago, so it was in black and white. Now, I'm sure this might have tricked one or two people, but most of the people in this comments clearly could tell it was fake. But they did share some interesting theories of their own on the construction of the pyramids. These comments were translated from Arabic by Google, so I don't know how accurate it is, but here we go. The issue is easy, but it was discovered by a Yemeni researcher in the 1990s, and the stones are molds that are filled with sand and then poured egg whites on them to harden. Damn, I don't even want to know how many chickens it took to make enough eggs to build the pyramids. Interesting theory, but I don't think egg whites and sand would last 5,000 years when eggs can barely last 3 weeks in the fridge. Why don't we say the pyramids were carved into sculptures in the mountains without lifting any stone? Thinking emoji face. I mean, the mountain is like what it is, but we carved it like it was built, not carved. Are you trying to say the pyramid was just a mountain and then they carved stone block shapes into it? Like, I'm pretty sure we would have discovered that by now if it was a completely solid thing underneath. And can't you go inside of them? Like, they would have seen the blocks along the walls. Like, I'm pretty sure this is debunked. Anyways, I should not expect too much from Facebook comments, but at least they know it wasn't AI. I'll give them that much. I wasn't even going to include this video at first. This is some weird AI baby fashion show until I saw this video on TikTok.
Fashion show is what it is. Look how she walks. How she walks.
Proof that people are actually falling for it and it's not just bots commenting on bots' posts. The more I see from AI, the less I like it. It's like one of those things where as it starts to approach realism, it kind of looks worse. Until that eventual day when it's perfect. Because until then, you get that uncanny valley look where you know it's not quite real, but it looks pretty damn close, and that screws with your mind a little bit. Like, humans are very good at telling when a human face is real or not. Like, take a look at CGI. It's come a long way and it's super lifelike looking, but even when they do faces, you can still tell something's just a little off. So I'm a little scared for the day when AI is indistinguishable from reality, because people are falling for this. So it's going to be nearly impossible to know what's real in the future. So I'll leave you with that terrifying thought. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maddie. If you liked the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.